Hey guys, this is Beck from Oz. I've got a little bit of a specialty for you tonight. I have a guest speaker, which is my son, Jake, his name is, and he goes by the handle of The Messy Gentleman on YouTube. The Messy Gentleman. So, if you're into gaming, any of you, hit subscribe, like, and share The Messy Gentleman. All right, so we have The Messy Gentleman. Hello, Jake.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good. Now, we have 3 topics we're going to cover tonight, Jake.
Yes. Yeah. The first one being the whole flat Earth.
Yes,
kind
because...
of thing, which you feel very strongly about.
Yes, I do feel very strongly about. I'll give you a quick rundown. I'm sure my family knows this, my subs family. Jake does not believe in flat Earth. That's okay. We're going to have a civil debate. So here we go.
Yes. All right. So to start this off, I basically wanted to gauge your kind of understanding on this whole flat Earth theory.
Okay.
I'm intrigued by it. I have no disrespect for people to believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to gauge where you're at with this whole thing. That's all, basically.
Would you like me to tell you where it actually started for me then? My actual... I can tell you very quickly.
I mean, well, yeah, if you want to describe the origins.
Yes,
I'm
the origins.
Yes.
Okay, so I was brought up in the 60s. As you know, I was born in 1965. So I'm older, and I was brought up with the globe. It was just shoved in our face. We didn't know anything different. Now, that was fine, and we took that on our whole life. And then all of a sudden, I was struck down with an illness in January this year, and I started looking at things, and I believe I have a spirit of discernment. And so I found some things on flat Earth. Now, the funny thing was, Jake, when I first learned about flat Earth, all I wanted to do was prove it wrong. I really did.
Yeah, of course.
I did. I thought, these people are nuts. You can't fall off the edge of the Earth. So to cut a long story short, I did some investigation, and I've done my own observations as well. And... Okay. I have come to the fact that we live in an enclosed system. Now, I'll just say one thing there, Jake.
I'm not going to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying that if you look at all the ancients' models of the world, they were all enclosed systems back to the Egyptians. So you've got the floor. Okay,
well, respectfully, I your opinion, I value that sort of stuff. I think what it comes down to is that it's hard to say. What I think is that simply that we're on a globe. It's been proven.
It actually hasn't, though. Okay. You're wrong there.
Yeah.
You are wrong.
Well, see, there's...
Working off assumptions.
See, there's a lot of I'd like to say it's a hard line to walk, but it's really not, because you've got NASA having a live feed on YouTube of the globe. Mm-hmm. You got that, and you said you were brought up in the 60s, where a lot of that stuff, that it was established. Obviously, hundreds of years ago, 1,000 years ago, it was established that the Earth was of a spherical...
Actually, can I just pull you up? It was only 500 years ago by a guy called Copernicus. That was commissioned by Pope Leo X, and he was commissioned to actually create he created the heliocentric model of the world and took it to Pope the Pope, that was Leo X, and they ran with that, and that was 500 years ago, and that's actual history. That's history.
See,
that's actual research.
My debate is that I don't think someone was commissioned to come up with the idea that the Earth was round.
Okay.
That was a proven theory. Once we realized that the Earth rotates around the sun, in an orbit around the sun, like all of the planetary bodies,
as you say,
I feel and I think it's the popular opinion, the popular belief that, yeah, we're on an axis. You can't be on an axis if you're a flat object.
No,
that doesn't work
that's
because
right.
there's no
Exactly.
there's no roll there. There's no left and right, so to speak.
Okay.
So the fact that we're able to rotate, that directly dictates the flat Earth. That directly puts the flat Earth in a state of like, well, how do we rotate? Like, how does that happen? And the next thing that gets me is that our day and night cycle. If the Earth was flat, our day and night cycle would vary very differently. We wouldn't have time zones. There would not be time zones. The whole Earth would be of one.
No.
We would all be seeing 12 o'clock at 12 o'clock. We'd all be seeing fucking 1 o'clock at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
What I think is that, yeah, and I know this might seem very naive to a lot of your subscribers and you know, a lot of the people watching you, that this is an unpopular belief, but I think it's only rational and only logical to assume that the Earth is flat, therefore we're on a gravitational axis, therefore that we rotate, and not only rotate, but we orbit around the sun. You know, like...
Well, is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying,
right.
yeah. That's, I'm employing the scientific belief.
That's right.
That's all it is. Like, you know, and this even can stem back to fucking Pythagoras. You know, that sort of stuff.
That's right.
The mathematics comes into this. Whereas, like, like you mentioned, the Egyptians.
Yes.
The Egyptians, they were aware of all this. They were master mathematicians.
The Hebrews, the Mayans, the Chinese, they all had a flat Earth.
No, I don't think
map.
it's... well,
They
that's
did.
That's up for debate.
It's not up for debate. It's actually a fact. But anyway, continue.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and try to say what I'm saying is completely correct. I'm open to interpretation and open to you know, to being wrong and to discussion. Exactly. Right. But what I feel is personally that, you know, there is a lot of facts. There is a lot of evidence here. There's not only just scientific evidence, but photographic evidence, video evidence of this. And I know you can say that this can be fabricated and stuff like that, but what it comes down to is that who the fuck has the time to sit down there and convince the whole populace that we're just on a spinning disc? Who has the time to do that?
Okay,
why stage all the moon missions and stuff like that?
Okay,
Yeah,
you've had a lot of time.
The floor is yours.
That's where I'll stop you. You pulled up a very valid point. Yeah. Who has time and the money to stage... Hang on. You said you give me the floor.
Yes, sorry.
To stage something like this.
Yes.
I will tell you, I have to go a little bit deep, but I'm going to cut this as short as I can. NASA was created at the end of World War II. There was Operation Paperclip, and for my people, they'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
There were over 200 Nazi scientists, Nazi, whatever you say, scientists, brought into the country of America they were the top rocket scientists. Now, we'll go on from there. We'll go back a little bit. We have Aleister Crowley in the 1920s.
Oh, shit.
Now, hang on. No, Sorry.
I'll let you finish in a second.
Just let me go.
When you're talking about flat Earth and you bring in Aleister Crowley...
This is where it all comes into it, yes.
That's, for me, that's where it comes crumbling down.
But we've also got H.P. Lovecraft. Let me go.
But how do you make that connection? That's just, for me, personally, that is insane.
The connection is Satanism. The connection is that these people were Satanists. Okay, we're going to cut it really down short.
What does that got to do with flat Earth?
Absolutely everything, because they are hiding God. Because
so
the
now
model,
God is
the Father. I hate
Earth.
the word God. My subs know I do. It's the God of this world is God. It is Lucifer, Satan. Lucifer is the light bearer. He was Lucifer before he was Satan. So
he was the angel of music before.
That's right, and that's why music is so entrapped.
He was condemned. He was condemned to hell because he
wanted his own... We're not going there. Hang on.
Okay.
Let's go back to what we were going.
Okay.
So what happened was there was the biggest jet propulsion laboratory built in America ever, which was called JPL. It was called Jet Propulsion Laboratory, but it was actually Jack Parsons' laboratory, who was a subject of Aleister Crowley's, and he was the head of that. But we have Werner von Braun, who was one of the top Nazi scientists that they brought here from World War II, and him and Jack Parsons and Aleister Crowley, and wait for it, the bomb is going to drop, Walt Disney, were in cahoots. Now, this is all absolutely researchable.
Okay.
I am telling you. I am not telling you, Jake. I know we haven't talked about this, Jake. Okay? We are ad-libbing here, guys. We're ad-libbing. All right. Anyway, cut a long story short.
Okay, so
it's
look,
all occultish.
for
This is a cult. It is to hide our Father in heaven. The whole thing about the globe was to hide the Father, because if we live on a spinning ball, flying through space, I should say, rotating the Earth. And it's all adds up to the sixes, mind you, too. 666,000 miles an hour around the sun, plus around the galaxies. It's all, if you do your homework, you'll know it is. Even our Earth's tilt adds up to 666, 23.5, and they do. Okay, now, I'll go back to you, because that is actually stuff that is researchable, that is actual fact.
Yeah, look, I think it's like a kid with a colouring in book who's trying to join the dots. You'll join whatever dots that you're comfortable with. You'll create an image that you want to create. You understand? If you're not given direction. And I think that, a lot of, I'm not going to say you people, but a lot of the people...
I'm your mother.
No. A lot of the people that are out there are simply just misguided. Misguided.
Yes.
And they get planted these ideas in their head that are easy to run with. It's like saying fucking, oh, God knows, I know, Hitler was Jesus. It's, that's how far out there it is.
Okay.
But if you're given enough evidence, if you can kind of connect the dots, not necessarily if it holds any validity, but if you can connect those dots, Jesus, you'll paint whatever picture you want to see. And I think, and that brings us on to our next topic.
Well,
religion.
I was just going to say, we've got 3 topics to go through, Jake, tonight. And so we're going to agree to disagree on Flat Earth, yeah?
We'll always agree to disagree. Respectfully.
Okay. No. So we're going to disagree on Flat Earth.
So religion now.
No, you didn't even ask me about what I thought about you can't fall off the edge. I'll just say quickly, I don't believe there is an edge. Okay? We'll just go there.
Well,
all right. So what's our next topic?
That's interesting. The next one is religion. Now, and this plays into part with the whole flat Earth kind of
sure.
belief.
Love talking about religion because I don't believe in it.
Well, yeah. For I was brought up a Christian, so I think I have a pretty damn strong standpoint for this topic. Now, I want to start off by saying that if you can correlate any kind of connection between what you call is God or Jesus Christ to the whole flat Earth theory, it's completely illogical. It goes against every not ideology. It goes against everything that is written in the Bible.
Well, no, the Bible has over 240 passages that the Earth is immovable. It has a firmament.
But
it
you
is
have to
fixed
understand.
and immovable.
You have to understand that the Bible is very vague about many things, and it might be vague about the Earth's shape. It doesn't mean
they've
to
tried
say.
to disprove it, honey, and they can't. They just can't. Even the translation mock-ups they've made it's still hard.
So what
if
I
you
want
go
to
back
get
to the Hebrew Bible, you can't dispute.
So what I want to get to is, essentially, how you think that, and this ties into the original point, the flat Earth, how religion plays a part in the whole flat Earth kind of thought process there.
Absolutely.
And would you mind explaining that to me? How God is responsible for the flat Earth?
Absolutely. Okay, I'll answer that question first, and then I'll just go on to the theological side of it. Okay, so God is responsible for the flat Earth.
Look.
Well, what?